I needed to be focusing on them, getting through middle school and high school.
Yeah.
And we're live.
And I had put in my 20 years.
And we're live. Hello, everyone. Thank you all for joining us for another episode of Shadowrun Up in Smoke. Well, as I already said, Shadowrun actual play game using the Shadowrun 6th edition rules and set in London in 2081 at this point in our story. Before we jump into things, first of all, our dear Diane, who plays Fear, is missing in action. Has a bit of a case of flu, and we wish her the best and a swift recovery, and we'll do our best to make her feel really guilty for not being here, but that's another matter entirely. Before we jump into things, we'll just allow our players to introduce themselves and tell you who they are and who they are playing. Kat.
Hi, I'm Kat, or Aklark of Cord, lurking in various Discord servers, and I play Nico, the human street shaman, and emotionally traumatized individual.
Welcome. And you two pick who goes first.
Oh, thanks. Me then. I'm Kim. I play KTP, the Technomancer. He's going to try and not be so stroppy this week. But I can't promise anything.
And I'm Pete. I play Grifter. And I'm a badass. Really, that's what I'm playing in Master.
He wants to be a badass.
Strategist. What?
Tactician. Let's go with tactician.
Tactician. That's what I am.
It's easier to say.
Yes.
He's very good at walking into bullets.
Yeah. That's the strategy. With that said, let's just jump into things. Over the course of this season, our characters have been working with their longtime ally Lawrence to obtain certain information that will help them figure out why their benefactor Malcolm has essentially given up and let themselves deteriorate and die. Certain conversations have been had, particularly between Nico and Lawrence, that perhaps this is not what Malcolm would want, and perhaps it's not the right choice. But the party has decided to help nonetheless. And after some soul searching and some hard conversations between the entire group, they have made the decision, questionable as it is, to leave everything in Grifter's hands and let him plan things out. And, well, let's see where it goes.
This is going to be epic.
Yeah. Last time they contacted Padraig O'Connell, the human sibling of the dwarven man they know as Blondie, one of the three O'Connell brothers that work for Aris Microtechnology and who have been the longtime enemies, antagonists to the group ever since Blondie hired them and then tried to kill them. They discovered that Padraig couldn't exactly help them and realized that there is some severe level of conditioning on the O'Connell brothers that prevent them from helping, and if they do, they get very hurt. But even with that, Padraig paid it back a favor and gave them a bit of information, revealing that the people they had met that might be clones or might be from Grifter's past were plants in that Technology office building to try to retrieve the secrets of that facility, which is exactly the same thing the party wants. And, told them, hey, you can get in touch with them but I can't guarantee they'll work with you. That's up to you. So we'll see tonight if these agents will be allies or another problem to deal with. Without further ado, let's jump into things. I will ask you, when should we pick this up? At the end, do we continue where we left off, or a day or a few days later?
I don't know what's best. Maybe a day later, perhaps. So like they're arguing and everything's sort of chilled a little bit.
Give
Mellowing
Grifter
out.
time to figure out just what he's going to do.
When does Grifter ever take time to figure out anything? He just goes in and does it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I'm not noticing an awful lot of what's the word? I don't know what the word
Support.
is. Support.
Confidence?
Confidence. That's it. Yeah, confidence.
We are
Yeah.
behind you 100% and 50 feet back.
Fair dues.
50 feet or 50 meters? That's
Might be
always
fair.
been an important question in this game.
In this case, 50 meters might be safer than 50 feet.
Yeah.
We love you, Diane. We love you. But Diane, you present to me a moral quandary. Should I allow a player of a game to spend channel points when they themselves are not actively playing?
Ah.
I will say in this case, yes.
Ah.
But as karma is a very real thing, you will pay for it at some point.
Oh.
Anywho, a day has passed. See? Megan understands. There are plots. Day has passed and things have, I think, calmed down. The hard conversations have been had. Points have been made, and in the end, you've all decided not to call Malcolm and instead go forward with Grifter's ideas and plan. And help Lawrence find this information that he needs. Which only means that you need to figure out a way into that facility, into the secure systems, and down to the laboratories. I leave the room to you.
Well, are we anywhere near a point where my meeting with Miranda would take place?
We can move forward unless anyone wants to have a discussion or a scene together. We can move the clock along to that meeting.
I think it all depends what happens there. Depends how we move forward anyway, right?
So move forward.
I'm for moving forward.
Nika's going to bring up once again to Grifter and KTP about her being close by but invisible.
Oh yeah, because you wanted to go it alone, didn't you?
I after what happened to Sphere, Grifter is concerned that if we break the rules and we get caught, it could lead to horrendous consequences like last time.
Because you not like leave your comms open, and I'll stay at the
But
base.
is there no
and
way?
then
Because haven't I
Nico-
got the eye thing where you can
Well,
Didn't I
Karis was
have-
going to be on top of you. You'd agreed for Karis to be on top of the building. On top
Yeah.
of
That's
the same
right,
building
yeah.
Close by.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
This meeting will then take place at night to make sure to use the cover of darkness for Karis to do his thing.
Well, he can now talk to us as well, can't he? So
Yeah.
For
if we are
those-
needed.
For those just joining us, over the past few days in game, KTP has developed a part software, part hardware to allow the deaf member of the group to communicate with them using sign language and translating the gestures into both text and audio that gets transmitted to the rest of the crew, allowing him to participate in the missions in a more active role instead of as before where he would remain behind or take a command from one of them and just go with it. Oh, because they discovered that he wasn't exactly happy with being the one left behind. With that, then you'll go meet Miranda.
Where is this meeting taking place? At the offices or somewhere?
No, it'll be a public space
Okay.
way somewhere in central London, cafe of some sort, with lots of foot traffic, lots of people out there, just to, you know, mutually assured protection.
Yeah.
You don't get stabbed, she doesn't get shot.
Sounds fair.
No grifter foreplay.
And Nico will sneak out and still be about two shores down from wherever this place is, invisible. Just kind of
I will
like around a corner in an alley.
I will say we have not touched on this mechanic very often. But as I've said several times, season 3, kitty wheels are off. So one thing you need to consider, KTP, is noise. The distance between physical distance between you and certain systems, particularly active icons such as, you know, comms and other things, creates a certain amount of digital noise that impairs your abilities to hack and or defend. So if the amount of noise in this case would reduce your dice pool by a significant amount. To be specific, you would be losing about 6 dice from the noise. There are edge actions you can use to work as if no noise existed. Or you can be closer by out in the field with the rest of your crew to protect them more readily. Depends on what you wish to do.
This is just a meeting, right?
Yeah.
Would depend if Grifter felt like he needed backup, and then behind, no offense, but behind Grifter's back, asking Nico if she was,
What happened to the
Comfortable.
trust thing?
we're trying to look after you.
Nico's already planning to go. Like I said, she's just gonna cast invisibility on herself before she gets like close, and just kind of dodge her way through the crowd and find an alley around the corner or whatever, so that she can kind of keep an eye, or at least be within a reasonable response distance.
So Grifter's obviously got the meeting place before.
Mm-hmm.
So what is opposite the cafe?
Opposite the cafe, it's a let's say a small office building. Just very, very small.
But surely you wouldn't have to be that close, would you?
Would if you wanted to be able to see you.
Oh, right.
One of those moments where having a car or a vehicle for the group would be helpful.
Yeah. Is Nico invisible?
Will Nico be invisible?
Nico will be invisible, and she will approach the area invisible.
Okay. So
Like
in
if we're taking like a subway there, and then she will, as she's like lost in a crowd going upstairs, she just kind of becomes invisible, and we'll find a place
I will
to.
have you make that roll for me, please.
Okay.
Including your drain to see how
Yep.
much this takes from your stamina.
4.
Grifter, you arrive at Cafe Luminous. Very, very posh, very fancy schmancy cafe. And you find Miranda already sitting outside having a coffee.
what KTP and Karis will do then is KTP will fly with Karis up to the rooftop, like, and we'll position ourselves about an hour before the meeting.
Very well. Karis takes you into an alley nearby and wait until there's no one watching and you have sufficient cover of shadows and darkness. And he'll spread his wings and fly you up to the roof, making sure that you're both, steady and well placed, and then watching out for Grifter to see what happens.
Okay, so approach coffee shop. I guess I'll make eye contact with Miranda, go in, get drink, come out and sit at the table she's sitting at.
5 hits, and she avoids drain.
You sit down. She finishes the drink. I should describe Miranda previously. She is a rather tall, about 6 footish, very athletic, very well built black woman. This time she has her hair up in a up like a ponytail, but fairly up, so the hair kind of cascades back. And she drinks, fully dressed, full executive suit, straight out of work. Says, you wanted to meet, Brent?
Yes. I made the phone call to the number you gave me when we spoke before. And I was informed that within the building there were, how was it put, assets, which I'm assuming you are one of.
I can neither confirm nor deny. And she winks and takes a sip of a coffee.
And as part of your, supposed placement within this building as an asset, I'm assuming your role there is to gather information?
Something like that.
I'm in a position where I also have to gather information. And I was wondering if we could help each other out.
I haven't received word from my benefactor that I should provide you with any aid. Meaning that likely this is up to me.
So can I just ask a quick question?
Yes.
Have you left your comms
The
open?
open.
Right, so Nico and KTP can hear this then. So Nico's getting a good sample of the voice.
I'm going to have to ask KTP to make a roll.
Okay.
As this conversation begins, your comms scramble.
How many are we looking at here?
This will be an electronic and intuition roll.
Okay.
6 electronics.
There you go.
I'm rolling. That is a good roll. That is 6.
That is a superb success. You don't hear the beginning of this conversation, but through the matrix and from where you are, with your view into augmented reality, through your own biological eyes, you see like a bubble around this table, and almost like a haze where you can't see Grifter and Miranda correctly. There is something on this table or around or nearby that is acting as a jammer for communications.
Okay.
By the very nature of jammers, you cannot exactly see where it is. Not through the matrix, at the very least.
Kevin, also, Nico's using improved invisibility, so she's also, those hits also work against cameras and other technology.
Yeah. Does Nico wish to approach? Given that you can't hear anything? I will tell you, Grifter, you do hear in your comm static.
Nika's not relying on her hearing. She's relying on her eyes. She's watching. So if you want me to roll improved senses for vision, I can do that too.
I will ask you to do so.
Okay.
Though from your distance, you don't really need that much. You may not, get subtle gestures, but you get the gist of the body language from where you are.
How good is Karis's eyesight?
Fairly good.
So can he? No, but there's a bubble. No, because that's in Matrix. So can he see Grifter and Miranda?
Yes.
So potentially, then he could be lip reading Miranda and feeding it back to Nico and KTP.
We'll have to make a roll for that. Fortunately, for this, Karis is rolling 16 dice.
Oh, Karis.
I mean, genetically engineered.
Yeah.
Would have been, shape-shifting assassin.
My improved sense gives me edge when I need to make a vision perception roll.
That is 7 successes. So yes, Karis can lip read Miranda perfectly. And so he's feeding back what Miranda is saying, but you have no idea what Grifter might be saying.
Yeah.
And Nico's just watching for danger. Any sign that there's a threat to Grifter.
Okay, I'll have you make an intuition and perception roll.
Okay.
I'm going to put the difficulty of this one at 3.
Okay. And I get a bonus edge, so I'm just going to hold on to that to re-roll.
Okay.
Dice. And that's 3 hits.
Exactly what you needed. Further back, about half a block away on a small bench, like a small, side bench. You see, they're not even trying to hide it. You see Pincer.
Okay.
He is too heavily augmented with, very visible chrome to hide that away.
Yeah. Yeah. So now she's tracking Pincer to Grifter to Pincer to Grifter.
Pincer just his body language is relaxed, almost like standby.
Yep.
So, as I was saying, Miranda says, I'm going to guess that helping you or not is up to me. So, what I'm going to ask is, what do you bring to the party? Because I know what my associates and I can do. But I'm not here to give you, a free pass.
No, and I wouldn't expect you to. I need to be downstairs in that building.
Okay?
And from our intelligence that we've got, would suggest that the access to downstairs would be available upstairs. And that's where you are.
Yeah. For the past couple of months, we've been working our way through the ranks. I came highly recommended, so managed to get more executive position in one of the shell companies. My associates got things more entry level and in different areas. And there are a few. We've identified one of the offices that might hold the data that we need, but we're still working on getting the access.
Right.
Unless you have someone who can take care of that.
I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm going to say yes. And obviously, whatever information you would need from downstairs in those servers or vaults or whatever it turns out to be, we will obviously do our best to obtain it for you and hopefully keep your cover still intact.
Oh, once we get access downstairs, our cover is irrelevant.
Right.
Once we have that access, we're authorized to remove our disguises, go in, get what we want, and get out.
Even better then. So could we rely on your help in this?
Sure. I think it might be worthwhile. It is a heavily secure facility, and a little bit of additional muscle never hurts. But I would like to know more about the assets you are bringing. What are their areas of expertise?
We have a technomancer and
Can I just say, when Karis relays, what do you bring? Nico's going to start walking over. It's still invisible, and then pull and just sit down in a chair at the table and drop invisibility.
oh,
The moment you do that, Pincer stands up.
She just waves at Pincer.
Grifter looks over at Pin.
You see when you do that, Miranda. Let me see if she can remain perfectly calm or if there's a reaction.
Yeah, but Nico's clearly, she's posing no threat. She's just.
Oh hell yeah! Oh hell, that's a glitch.
Oh no.
She's drinking her coffee, and the moment you appear, her eyes go wide, and these 3 fingers, the nails extend
Nico just
like a
goes,
few
I'm one of
inches,
the ass.
and you
I'm one of the
see you
assets.
can see the glinting metal,
Mm.
and she takes a deep breath, and they retract. I'm not a fan of surprises.
But
What?
it proves
I'm
the
one of the
point.
assets.
I appreciate the skills.
I can leave now still if you want me to.
Oh, you're already here. Going to guess that those skills are the more ethereal persuasion. Good. We'll need that. On our end, our mission is to get in, get the information we need, and get back out.
That's the same for us.
I'm not gonna ask what you're looking for. Only thing I will ask is that the information we need, no copies. We get it, we delete it from their servers. Everything else you take.
And what happens if the information that you need is the same as the information we need?
We're looking into power sources. Is that something you're looking for?
What was the nature of it? I don't
It
remember.
was was back for their notes. So.
Yeah,
Check those notes. It's important.
it is important.
Let's see. We need mirror, smoke, sunshine, and
That is not correct.
that's okay. That's
That's
I went too
way
far.
back.
back. Okay, I went too far back in my notes.
Yep.
Opening pathways. Right, so it's not power as such, is it?
So it's projects about special anomalies and breaches into other places.
Oh,
That's what I've got in the notes on the first date.
Yep.
We need to get data on all these other places and on projects which are opening pathways and in controlling them.
to put it in simpler terms,
Oh,
you're
spatial
looking at
anomalies.
research into extraplanar exploration.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah, so Grifter will go, well, I'm pretty sure it isn't. But I'd like us to be on the same page before we're inside. We have to have this discussion.
Our order is to take the copy of the data and ensure it's the only copy.
All right. Well, let's just hope we don't want the same data.
We're looking for extraplanar information on extraplanar.
Yeah, we have no interest in that.
So there's no conflict.
Oh, squeamish is your crew. And you see her gaze just turns very level, and Grifter, you're fairly detached sort of individual. In terms, you don't do emotions that much. Nico, you do emotions quite strongly. You have never seen someone's humanity leave their face like this.
Nico just kind of looks at her and she goes,
There is a
"Huh."
almost like someone go just dark in the eye, just
Yeah.
whoever they are, whatever warmth completely gone from her expression.
Nico just kind of looks at her and goes, huh. I mean, our Techomancer blew somebody's head up, but I mean, it didn't seem to phase any of us really, except for me. Well, she didn't see it, so it didn't really bother her that much. Like the kind of squeamish you're talking about.
I see. If anything, we are authorized. If anything stands in our way, no witnesses. And she says that with a smile, Nico, that chills you to your bone.
Wow.
I don't
You
think we
remind
have a
me of
problem
my
with that.
ex. Nico just goes, wow, you remind me of my ex.
Yeah, you're getting serious, like psychotic Vic vibes from this woman. Let's have you make an intuition and perception roll.
Okay. Two hits.
This woman will kill you, will enjoy every moment of it, and then will not give you a second thought ever again.
Okay. I mean, Vic was like that, so it's like, you know.
But you have a firm idea of who you're dealing with.
Yeah. And Nico's like, no conflict of interest. We don't want you what you want. You don't want what we want. We go in together. We go out.
Fair enough.
And we don't have an awful lot of time. So when would you be ready to do this?
If your Technomancer is up for doing the job, we can do it tomorrow evening. Wait until most people have left the building and then go in. My associates and I will take care of cleanup on the upper floors. Leaving it to your Technomancer, just go in, grab the data, and then we can move downstairs.
Okay. So would it be a clear route in for the Technomancer?
How are we getting past security? The last time we did it was janitorial staff.
I'm fairly certain that can still work.
Okay.
And you know what terminal our Technomancer will need to be
I
at?
know the server room where the
Right,
host
okay.
is located. After that, it's your Technomancer's work.
All right then. I'm assuming we're going in after dark. And yeah. I guess we'll be in touch tomorrow.
Then. She stands up, leaves. Actually, no, she asks for the check, leaves some cash, and walks away. And as she walks past Pincer, he falls into step behind her.
Nico leans into Grifter and goes, they make a cute couple, don't they?
Yeah. I think that went quite well though.
Shall we go get yelled at by KTP?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
Karis has been telling you everything that she's been saying. I will say that Karis read the intent on Miranda's, words, and you have a pretty much similarly clear idea, same as Nico, that this person is extremely dangerous. But with that, you all move away, retreat, and head back home, I suppose.
Well, that got us where we needed to be.
I think that went rather well.
I think you guys might be forgetting something. Pincer. You know, clone who almost tried to kill Sphere.
Oh, he's not nearly as scary as Miranda is. You should have seen her. She went total sociopath. I mean, she was like Vic's sociopath.
That was great, wasn't it?
You know, I don't like being reminded of him, you know, but
So let me get this straight. You guys are totally okay with working with the clone who tried to kill Sphere.
I don't think we got a massive amount of choice.
I'm going to ask
Agreed.
a question, not to the party, but to our chat. Specifically to a certain sick member of our cast. It asks the question of, would Sphere stay back or head in? You can continue your discussion while we wait for this response.
we don't have a choice, KTP.
How do you guys think Sphere's going to feel about that? Like, you know.
So we're going to
after-
scrap the mission. We're going to scrap the whole deal because of that.
No, but I just feel that it's a question that we should consider after yesterday's conversation about being a family.
If you bring this conversation, the results of the meeting up with Sphere immediately nopes out.
And that's
Sphere immediately goes, no, you can go, I'm not. You know, I'm not doing that. I'm going, no. I got a wheelchair to build, and drones to make. Goodbye.
Totally get it. That's fine. I understand.
Well, even if they wanted to come, that would blow everything out of the water, wouldn't it? So
Yeah.
That was more my concern. Vince is going to recognize Sphere if they're there and then know that we're connected.
What Sphere does send you a message saying, this is messed up, but if it's what we need.
So there we go. That's the green light.
We'll bring you back a souvenir.
Okay.
So what will...
But I just have one other question.
Mhm.
Now, obviously, I can only hear one part of the conversation thanks to Caris. But this whole thing about witnesses and being no witnesses, what if we're the witnesses?
Oh no, we're going to get screwed over. Like I almost without a shadow of a doubt, this is going to go belly up.
What we want, they don't want. We don't want what they want. They get their thing, we get our thing, separate ways, it's done.
And I'm assuming we'll have to go into the lower levels to get what we want.
Yes. Yeah. But KTP got to understand they can't get what they want without you.
Yeah, it's just that after we give them what they want, we're the witnesses.
We're not giving it to them, we're giving them access.
Yeah.
Just like it's getting us access.
And if we time this all right, then maybe you could be upstairs while we go down to get the relevant stuff. And once it's all released or whatever,
Straight up, you already know. I'm just going to remind you, you already know, not going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is, you need to be there.
KTP, I can make you invisible
And I've got
if you need this.
several guns.
No, it's not that. It's just this woman's a psycho.
And
A socio, but fine.
she's more sociopath than psychopath. There's a difference.
No, but surely there must be some way. If we're freeing the data up for them to take, there must be a way to encrypt that data. So until we're at least out of the building and out of arm's way.
I don't want to. Nico's like, no, we don't. Let's don't make this any more complicated than it is. We go in, we get our stuff, we go out. We go in, we open it up so that they can get their stuff, and we don't try to stop them leaving.
But there must be a way that we can only allow them access once we're out of the building.
A little insurance wouldn't be a bad thing. But
Nico, how many people can you make invisible at one time?
I don't know, Kevin. It doesn't say. It just says by touch and that it's sustained. So
each of them is a different cast, which means after the first, you get a cumulative -2 dice, and that drain is gonna suck.
Yeah, because that's drain 4 rolls where I have to get at least 4 drain to not take stun damage.
Not only that,
Or hit,
but let's say you make everyone in your party invisible, including Karis. If you take Karis, that's a -8 dice penalty to anything else.
Yeah.
Haven't I still got the like the EMP type thing in me?
You have a jammer.
Yeah, it was a jammer, wasn't it? A jammer, that's right.
You fire off an EMP and you lose your sight, lose access to your cybernetic limbs.
Yeah, no, but I was just thinking as a serious, oh my god, it's gone Pete Tong measure. But right, so we just got to trust them. But that's all there is to it.
I mean, I have learned a new spell. I can just set off a fireball.
Like we said, we'd trust Gifter. So if Greta thinks this is the right course of action, then fine. But I ain't gonna lie, it seems kind of dumb going in there with these people and not having any insurance.
It does. But sometimes, you just gotta roll with it.
Fine. And like KTB shaking her head and rolling her eyes. Like, she can't believe she's agreeing to this, but after the conversations that the teams had the past couple of days, she knows she can't really not agree to it.
Right. Sorted then. Settled.
Okay.
Do we need to do anything?
Anything you wish to do before you head off to this mission? Gear you wish to collect? Anything anyone getting a bit of armor for KDP? Might be time for KDP to get a gun.
I have a gun. It's just not lethal.
Yeah. Didn't I give you a gun before?
No.
Who did I give a gun to?
Sphere.
Sphere.
And Sphere gave you several other guns.
Yeah, that's right.
This will be fun.
What's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good.
I just want to check something. Sorry. Right. So when KTP went for immersion, she got the skin link echo. So what is that going to work on? I'm assuming there's some limitations.
You can take control of devices with a touch, meaning you don't need to roll. So if you need to take control of, a lock or a lift or, a bunch of other stuff, you can do it straight away. In
Right.
terms of taking control of a full host, that's not entirely possible because it's made up of a bunch of servers connected together. So each hard drive, like each, let's say, hub of that server room is a device. So in those cases, you would need to do your traditional break into the host, do your thing inside. But if it's a discrete device, you can absolutely take control of it.
Right.
So, for example, do you use an example from one of your past missions when you broke into that company that had the control, like the environmental control for their server room? You would now just go up to the terminal for that, environmental control. Just put your hand on it, and it's yours. And you can then do with it what you want.
Okay.
So it depends on. As with everything, you try to sell me your idea, and if I like it well enough, I'll let you go with it.
Okay. All right.
So, I'm going to give you a bit of time if you want to do your pre-mission shopping.
I think Grifter's pretty much got what he would expect to be taking.
Okay. Anyone else acquiring anything, any piece of gear?
Have I got any spare armor left over that you could wear just for the sake of the argument?
Because that's going to fit.
Oh yeah, good point. All right, fair play.
We can assume that it works on straps, and you can strap it up as however you wish. We can take a look real quick at the gear and see.
Well, I mean, I'm
What kind of
assuming I'll be
armor?
allowed to wear my full body armor. Get up for this.
Yeah.
So I've got an armored vest that I would normally wear if I'm not wearing that. So, could someone wear that?
That will be a good thing for your squishy technomancer.
Oh, great.
It's better than nothing, right?
An armor vest gives you a defense rating of 3.
Yeah, that's why I've got it down as
KTP
3.
doesn't do fighting.
No, you won't have to.
But
I
just
would be
because you
right,
don't
but-
do fighting doesn't mean you can't get shot.
I mean, Nico's got a leather duster it's a +1 armor, but it's better than nothing.
I've got armored clothing and a leather jacket.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, you have armored clothing, which has defense
So-
rating of 2.
So can you link that armored clothing with the vest, or can you only have one of those on at a time?
The armored vest is a different piece of armor. So though in this case they wouldn't stack as they're both body protection.
Right.
Basically the one with the highest defense would be the effective one. Because if it can go through that, it can shred through the lower one. So with your armor clothing, that's a +2. Armor vest is a +3.
but I'm guessing that
You could
if I've
you could
got-
get a helmet to go with it that gives you another +2.
But my armored clothing has got the electrochromic feature. So I'm guessing if I
That
wear
is an
anything-
accessory. You can implant that on any of your armor.
Right. Basically, I just want to go in and be as bland as possible. So like with that feature and my blandness.
I mean, yeah. Though I will say bland works more for a social situation. If you're discovered by security, they won't care if you're bland. They're still going to shoot you.
I'm going on the trying to be as unnoticeable as
Very
possible.
well. That's fine. I will leave it to you if you wish to bring a helmet and give yourself a bit more protection just in case. Though, armor rating for the most part it's just used to compare between the attacker and the defender for edge purposes. So who gets the edge in the conflict.
Yeah.
I
So,
don't. No, and as stupid as it sounds, I don't think KTP would wear a helmet, just because she's not intending to get into any physical fights because she's got a job to do in the Matrix. So she's going to try and stay out of the way as much as possible.
Let's do it then.
Pass my insomnia test so I can use more than 2 edge on the test. Yay! Nico actually got a good night's sleep dreaming about fireballs.
So one last question.
Yep.
I know that Nico wouldn't be able to make the whole group invisible, but could she make herself and one other for a limited time if she needed to?
Yes.
And sorry, I know that it's done by touch, but how far can the other person be away from Nico?
It's touch just to cast after that. Because when who was it? Was it Sleek that snuck into City Hall during the banquet thing, the whole gala thing? Nico was outside in the van holding silence and invisibility on them.
Okay.
And so as long as it's, you can't go a half mile. That would kind of and to be honest, for Nico, it would be easier just to use chaos to fuck up all the cameras.
So as we've learned, complex mechanisms and complex machinery tend to resist those things a lot more.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that everything? Everyone ready?
I think so.
Yeah.
And this is the party selection screen. Sphere has bowed out. So who is going in? The 3 of you?
I guess the 3 of us.
Is Karis going, yes or no?
Um.
That is up to you.
Karis on standby outside?
I'd say on top of a building opposite or something like that.
It's the middle of London with all the high rises, but sure, there may be a place for him to be on standby. So, Karis on the outside, not going in with you.
How lethal is Karis in hand-to-hand?
Well, first of all, Karis, when he goes into his, let's call it fighting mode, his entire skin becomes armor. And he's carried several of you while flying.
So Nico,
he is very physically strong.
Nico would then suggest, Karis, why don't you go in as KTP's bodyguard?
He nods.
Is that okay, KTP? If anybody's going to keep you safe and get you out of there, Karis is the one that's going to do it.
I'm not worried about me. It's not getting me out, it's getting the data out.
If Karis is with you and the data will be got by you, if the worst came to the worst, he could take it.
Yep, exactly.
But the data is going to be on a download. I'm assuming there's nothing for Karis to take as such.
Not unless you bring some form of storage media to transfer the data. The thing is, as a technomancer, you can download the things into your mind.
Yeah.
and then, transfer that as you wish. But if you wish for someone else to be able to, maybe take the data and bug out, you need to bring some form of physical storage media.
I say let's put it
But I
in
mean, we'd
mine.
have something like that, wouldn't we?
Yeah,
But we have to get it
that cost is negligible.
No.
Yeah,
But then if we don't, I'm the insurance.
yeah.
Ah.
So Karis goes with you. The idea is to get you out, get you in, get you out. Grifter and I are there to
We'll party
assist.
our way out if we have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just trying to think through scenarios.
Enough. The first run that you've done in quite a while, and stakes are high, and the security you already know is not gonna be a walk in the park.
Oh, one thing Nico will do is make sure that their whole janitorial stuff is prepped and good to go to get in.
So for Nico and Grifter, like what is their plan? Obviously KTP needs to get down to the lower levels and do the whammy. But like how are Grifter and Nico seeing it going?
Well, I'm assuming we walk in dressed as janitorial stuff as before, and with any luck, the assets have cleared us a nice, easy route to wherever it needs to be. In which case, you can come in afterwards, and it's all good.
So but are you coming downstairs or are you staying?
We're there to back you up.
Yeah, I
Whatever
would have
needs
thought
to
we'd
be
go
done
downstairs, but we're not
Yep.
going to leave you alone, are we?
No, I'm just thinking out loud.
We're there to back you up. That's what we're there for. is to
I mean,
make sure
really, we
you get
all
down there.
both teams, them and us, need to go together, so there is no issue of trust. You know what I mean?
Right. So this is like, when an idea is starting to form, you're like, right, do I kind of reveal it now or do we let it play out and see what happens?
Choices. Choose your destiny.
Oh.
To quote a video game and be very dramatic, this is the stage of destiny. Choose.
It's dangerous to go alone. Take this.
Would it be bad if I asked, like, if I called for an early break so I can have a think during the break?
We can do it. We can do that.
Kat, would you mind?
No, I gotta refill my water anyways.
Let's do that. Let's take our 10-minute break here so our runners can have a good think on what their plan is. And when we return, it's go time. So we'll take a 10-minute break here. Everyone go get a drink, stretch, and we'll be back in a bit with the rest of our story. It's going to be fun.
Oh, yes, it is.
I'm going to have a lot of fun. And we're back. So I will ask my runners, have you decided whatever it is you wanted to decide?
Yes, I think so. Have we not?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything you wish to convey or?
No.
No, I think we're all good.
So, going in will be the three of you and Karis. With Karis acting as KTP's Kevin Costner.
Oh, actually, Nico's gonna send a message to Lawrence before they go. Just leave a real quick voicemail to him.
Okay.
We're going after the data Jekyll wants. I'll let you know when we get home.
You don't get a response.
She wasn't expecting one.
Very good. So you head in. You're heading in with a janitorial dress up. So I have an important question to ask. Grifter, how many weapons are you bringing with you?
Right. So after the last time, I'm assuming that we're doing what we said. So KTP and Karis are going to wait outside to see if it's clear inside or whether it's still security at the gate. Is that right?
Up to you.
Well, where are Miranda and Pincer at this point?
They will
if
be
they're
inside.
and if they're not with us, who's got contact with them, or have we not got
They-
any contact with
yeah.
them?
They're already going to be inside the building because that's where they work.
So I will say, if you wish to bring in a bunch of guns with you, you're going to have to find a way to trick those scanners.
Not going to trick the scanners, are we? We've been here before.
I think.
Well, assuming then that Miranda and Pincer are inside and haven't disabled security yet.
You remember that there are guards at the entrance.
At the entrance.
With,
So-
your typical scanner that just checks for everything. Much like an airport scanner, it's a big thing.
I got it. Yeah.
Big thing you pass under.
So could I leave guns outside with KTP and Karis while we initially go inside to get through the scanner and meet up with?
And how are KTP and Karis?
Well, I'm
Then-
assuming at the point where we've.
Can I ask a question?
Yes?
Is it possible? Do the windows open up high?
Yes, but not fully. It's the kind of thing you just like open partially for air to come in, not enough for someone to fit through.
But we could slide weapons through.
Sure.
I mean, so why not go up to Miranda's office like we're going to do anyways? Open the window, have Karis push the guns through.
Might work for some of the, let's call it slimmer guns, but it depends on what kind of monstrosity Grifter is
I
bringing
was
along.
only going to take a handgun and my rifle, so I wasn't going to take like Sphere's 50 cal bad boy or anything like that. So
Are you sure?
yeah, well, I can't really carry it, can I? So that is a bit of an issue.
Thomas
No,
got some advice
I-
there.
It's nothing about spurned. I haven't got the cyber excellence yet to be able to walk around with it, which makes it a bit of an issue.
So the plan is for you two to go in,
Unarmed.
Karis to fly up into the air with a bag full of guns,
2 guns.
pop them in through a window, then fly back and go through the front door with KGP.
Yeah.
Unless we're going to just kill the guards.
Well, I could just roll in and start shooting people, but I figured we might want to be a little bit less.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to.
I'm going to throw you a bone here. And it's the last time I do it. After this, you are truly on your own. But KTP, you could just stroll in, tap that scanner, and it's yours.
Oh yeah, good point.
But that does mean I'm going ahead of you two.
No, that's fine if we're all together.
No, it just means we're all going in together and KTP heads through the scanner first.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You did ask, what can my touch thing control?
Yeah. I didn't think of that.
Now you are on your own. I'm going to start requesting Edge for hints.
Right. Okay. Then. That's the plan. We're all going in. Armed to the teeth.
Hey, we got an important question from chat. Do you even lift, Grifter?
I lift beer. But no, but let's not underestimate our big that gun is, though.
It's ridiculous.
It's not like
It's literally a mounted 50 cal. It's
it's not something
that's
you're going
not
to be.
portable.
No, not unless you're enhanced strength wise, which I'm not.
You may need some enhancements.
It weighs more than Nico.
Well, I was hoping that this whole meeting Miranda thing was going to lead to some super duper enhancements, but I don't think it's going to. I don't think we're going to be friends. I don't. We'll see. Right, we're in. We're going in.
Okay. You go in and KTP, you just touch the device, and as it says on the tin, it's yours.
Nico is
So this
chatting
will
up the security guys again.
This will read whatever you want it to read.
All right.
You can literally go through, and this thing will not beep. The scanner, like the kind of airport scanner where they see the inside, will show what the hell you want it to show. Again, this thing is yours.
Right, so let's say so for us, it shows nothing.
Cleaning
But for
products.
anyone else,
It shows
Sorry?
It shows brooms, cleaning products.
yeah. For anyone that isn't Karis, Nico, Rifter, KTP, it just beeps constantly. Like,
Okay.
Even if they've got nothing on them, it goes nuts.
Okay. That's cruel and unusual, but we'll go with it. Once inside, you see one of Sphere's former associates, not Pincer, one of the others, waiting by the lift. And he just tells you, we're waiting for you upstairs.
Hi.
What floor was Miranda's office on again?
Hers, I think, was on the 10th. But this one, who you know from Sphere's information, his name was or used to be About Face. He tells you they're up on the 15th floor. The area's been cleared.
Typing notes.
Nico's like unwrapping the back bike chain from around her waist and checking her knives and her gun as she goes walking into the elevator.
Karis is staying stoic and just like stretching a bit. For this being Karis' first time actually with you, he seems extremely calm.
Okay.
Getting up.
Going up. While we're in the lift, Griftel, wherever we've concealed the weapons, get weapons out, blah, 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 blah,
So-
blah.
I'm sorry, right now, Pincer is still where he was and Miranda's in her office, right?
Don't know where Pincer or Miranda are. You just got
Okay.
told by About Face that they're in
Oh.
the 15th floor and everything's clear.
Sorry, thank you.
15th floor, doors open. Being a little bit more cautious. I guess Grifter leaves the lift first. Sort of scoping with weapons to make sure there's no one around and everything's safe. We're not just
Anything
being-
you wish to do in the lift before you head into the 15th floor, just to ask? Or
Yeah. I'm going to touch the lift and take over the lift as well.
the lift is yours.
Nico grabs Karis's hand, gives it a quick squeeze, and signs to stay safe.
He nods. KTP, this lift goes up 20 floors and down 5.
Okay.
And you know that there is, if you press the number 23 times, then 15, then 10, a secret panel will open for essentially a password that will authorize access to the lower floors.
Okay. So we have access, but not access. Right.
You could take it down. You know, you could just tell this lift go down, but likely it'll trip something.
Yeah.
Because there's likely some double validation there of, you know, if it goes down and the input is correct, no alarms. If something else goes through.
But
So
what
just
sort of
reboot.
input is it? Just like keypad or
It's a
something?
keypad. It's literally what you need as a password.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of what we were supposed to be getting from the computers upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
You get to the 15th floor, you come to one of the offices, and it's a bloodbath. Everyone inside is dead. You see one of the other associates here with a cyber deck going, Miranda, the cameras are looped. The idiots downstairs won't see anything until tomorrow.
Because she will come pushing the janitorial cart that's got like all the stuff in it.
As you step
Looks
in,
around and goes, I am so glad I don't actually work here.
as you step in, as he's saying this and you hear it, Miranda is literally standing in front of someone, and there is a blade coming out of her forearm, and she just stuck it in someone. Which now you know how she stabbed Grifter, and she pulls it out. Oh, good, you're here.
And we missed the party.
That's kind of hot, really. Just saying.
Just literally like moves the arm down, kind of cleaning the blade of the blood, and retracts it.
While the kind of team is doing the greetings, can I do a quick matrix perception check? KTP wants to get an idea of how many sort of Deckers and Technomancers she can feel around.
Make a major perception check.
11, right? So ready? Five.
There is clearly a Decker here. Top of the line cyber deck.
Okay.
Like pure, like full on holographic, like, you know, laser display and just typing in the air, basically. Just typing in pure AR. Pincer is there, and Pincer has an implanted cyberjack, so he can perform minor cyberdeck actions, such as, for example, detect nearby drones that may be spying on him.
That would never happen, though, right? I mean,
Is the Decker, is that the one that just
Yeah, just took
That makes
spoke
control.
to Miranda?
Yeah, he took
Right.
control of the cameras. You know from the briefing that Sphere gave you, his name is Bitpart.
That rings a bell. Should it ring a bell, or is that just a
If it rings a bell, it's likely because Sphere recently mentioned him as
yeah, no, I've got that's
former
what I've got in my
associate.
notes. Yeah, that's what I've got. Okay. Sorry, another question. Sorry. The skin link thing. Like, I can touch a device of any level, right? Or
Theoretically, yes.
okay.
What is KTV thinking?
If I wanted to touch a device purely to form like a link, but not to make my presence known, if that makes sense, what role would that be?
I would have you make. That would be a. Let me quickly check which attribute is your equivalent of sleaze.
Here. Intuition.
Intuition. That would be an intuition and electronics role.
Okay. Alright. Who's in the room with us at the moment? Miranda, the Decker, anyone
Pincer,
else?
A bunch of
About Face was with you in the lift, so he came out.
Mhm.
Pincer is there. Also Miranda. Basically, they're all there.
Okay.
But Pincer and Miranda, you can tell, are directly responsible for the bloodbath. You can see the Pincer's hands, like cybernetic hands, are just red.
Right, okay.
I mean, for the record, these are not good people.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, neither are we. Nico's using her improved sense for both sight and hearing, just to kind of keep alert and also to kind of help feed into that combat danger sense that she has.
Miranda looks to you and says, well, Brent, my colleague is taking care of the immediate security system. It's time for your colleague to take care of the server.
Don't worry, we'll hold up our end of the deal. Where do you need to be? Any computer?
Server rooms with that door, though. I don't think you'd need to be there physically.
So KTP walks over to about a bit part. Is it a bit part the Decker?
Yeah.
Yeah. And says to them, the lift, it needs a password for clearance. Have you come across anything?
No, that's in the host. I've not been able to crack into the host.
Or what have you found? Like she's trying to kind of like she's gauging kind of bit part, and she's trying to figure out whether there's a possibility for her to touch their device without it being too obvious, without them noticing, that purely to form that link but not make her presence known. Or if she needs to do something like kind of pretend to fall over, make it like a little more like staged.
He says, it was decided early on that I would not try to break into the system, but try to acquire the access codes in another way, which is what About Face and Miranda were up to. So I've not taken a swing at the system.
But you've seen it though, right?
Yeah, I've taken a look at the house. It's formidable.
Scale of 1 to 10.
Well, it depends how good you are. For me, it's about a 7.5 to 8.
So pretty high then.
Fairly high.
So she goes like, is there any tips, any advice you can give me? Anything that might help?
Don't piss off security.
Can you guys like go in together and make like one of you distraction or something like that while the other one gets in? Like a thing?
I'm already monitoring security and keeping on top of the security systems. Making sure that all the different scanner programs and redundancies don't cause our friends downstairs to suddenly see the party.
Okay.
So let me just check something. KTP smiles at about face and just says, like, thanks. I appreciate you keeping that off my back.
About face is the one that came with you on
Sorry,
the
bit part.
bit part.
I'm
Yeah.
terrible with names.
Hey, we all got a job. We all got a part to take care of. This is mine.
So she goes, oh God, I can't believe I'm doing this. She says, like, she kind of smiles again and like jokingly says, oh, just the day in the life of a Decker, right? And kind of sort of brushes towards him like a little kind of pat on the.
I'm gonna have to
But-
ask you to make
Yeah, I know. I knew this was coming.
charisma and con roll.
Okay.
All right, where's Con?
I'm gonna make a roll for him, and based on that, I will adjudicate edge on this roll. Give me a moment.
Okay.
I need to see how good is his knowledge on technomancers, because he has that knowledge of the Matrix. It's gonna be an 8-die roll. Bit of a difficulty of this at 2.
Hold on. Someone Di gave me Di very kindly gave me a dice boost earlier, so I'll
That
put that to
is
use if I need
exactly
to.
2 successes.
Okay.
So I will give, in this situation, I will give a bit part the edge on this conversation.
Take the +3.
Ready?
Yeah, why not?
Sure.
Intuition
No.
and perception for bit part.
Go on then, off you go. +3. Alright, okay.
That's not too bad. But we got a 6.
6.
Thanks to Di.
Thanks to die.
So you use the +3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But since that gave me a reroll to me,
Oh,
I'm going to use it.
Oh.
but Di also gave the group a reroll. So do we use it now or do we save it? And
You still have a long way to go.
Yeah, that is true.
yeah, should we save it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mind you, it could all be over if you
Yeah,
discovered
I
it,
know. Right.
Not even close. He is caught unawares by the jovial nature of this conversation. You manage to tap that deck. Though I will have you roll to see if, because this will leave a resonance mark. So I will have you roll to see if you can remove that.
Which is
I'm gonna make the difficulty for this one at 4
okay.
because it is an item that is in constant use by this individual.
This is erase signature, right?
Yeah.
That one. So it's that and
Keep your access to this device, and this person not being able to detect it. It's part erase signature and part like running silent. A bit of mix of both. 4 successes is what you need. Otherwise, if you exert control over the deck, they'll know.
no, it's just a 2.
That was just
You
a 2.
still have a +3 left, and there is that reroll. Depends on how critical to your plans this control is.
No, but I think we're gonna need it. We're gonna need to save it. So
Okay.
for now,
So-
we've got control, and if I have to use it, they'll know that I'm using it.
They'll
That's just how it is.
they will be able to roll and kick you out.
Yeah, that's fine.
Now, KGP, are you heading in?
I guess so.
As you
Oh no,
dive,
hold on, wait one moment. Hold on. We haven't got the password yet though, have we?
For the lift.
For the
I'm assuming
lift.
that's why you need to go in.
That's what you need to go into the host.
Sorry.
to retrieve
Thank
it.
you. My head's all over the place.
As you head in and you face this, again, almost like a maze of hosts, interconnected ones, you know now which one you need to go to. You realize that those that were kind of connected to each other but had one host as something of a gateway, those are decoys. Kind of make to seem like the system is more complicated than it is. Now you know exactly which one you need to target, so I'm going to ask you, what does KTP do? Go in hard or try that back door?
Try the back door.
Okay,
So,
make your probe roll.
uh,
It's been a
Yeah,
while
yeah.
since we've done this one.
yeah, I've got it here.
So
And let's reroll.
How come it always comes down to probing at somebody's back door?
oh, it is. It is cracking in logic.
Okay, that's good.
That's a 6.
6. The firewall for this system is 8. So
Oh,
I'm rolling 16 dice to resist you. You sending your data probe. What does your data probe look like? A little bird?
Yeah, let's go with that for now.
You send your little bird flying in and it dives into the host. There is a moment of it meeting that firewall, almost like a net that is grabbing it visually, and then zoop, it slips in. I rolled 5 hits.
oh,
Now you have that probe, meaning you can now go for that backdoor access.
Same again.
What is your intuition? Your intuition score?
It is
6, isn't it?
But yeah, I think it's 6. Let me just check that.
Yes.
6.
Just wanted to know. Okay, roll that. Roll that, and once again, I do have to tell you though that those 6 hits, those 5 hits I roll, they go straight into the Overwatch score.
So am I just rolling intuition?
No, you're rolling, you're cracking in logic
Cracking
again.
in
Right,
logic.
okay. Yeah, sorry, just checking. It's been a while.
Because you have already succeeded on the probe, and I'm going to give you an edge on this roll.
Oh, easy for him.
You have been here before and studied this system, so you
You
know
got 4,
kind of
yeah?
what you're looking for.
Yeah.
4, okay. Again, rolling. You attempt to step into this host, following the trail left by your little bird. You feel the net wrap around you. And you almost feel like it's pushing you out. But with a little bit of effort, you push through. You rolled 4, I rolled 4. But you're the actor, so you succeed. You are in the host. Your Overwatch score at this point is 9.
Oh,
As you come into this host in full VR, you are in a dock. And there are a ton of shipping containers all around you, with programs moving around on forklifts, moving containers all along, putting them on ships as they send data across to other servers.
Okay.
As always, as you would expect, there is something of a head office where the administrators are. There are security programs patrolling. And make no mistake, KTP, you can see them. Every single one of the attack programs in this host are Black IC.
Of course they are.
Wasn't going to be any other way, was it?
No.
Really?
For those, I explained this last time, but for those watching, Black IC are the most dangerous form of intrusion countermeasure. Programs designed to inflict biofeedback damage on Deckers and Technomancers, meaning whatever damage KTP takes in the Matrix will be physical damage in the real world. Meaning, if you die in the game, you die in real life. So, KTP, you will begin this level hidden in a shadow as you've just stepped in through security. This dockyard extending before you. How do you wish to proceed? While I give you a moment to think. Outside, you get a message. All of you, a bit part says, "Okay, we got one of the guards on patrol. He's coming up. Do you guys want to take care of it?"
Yeah, Nico's like, I got this.
Okay. Ding! The lift goes to open.
And she just walks right into the elevator and kind of shoves him back. And closes the door, hits the door close button.
Okay.
It's like, hi. Oh, I'm so glad you came up. Oh my God. You would not believe it. I need to go. Can you help me? I could use your help.
I need you to make a charisma and con roll.
Okay. Four successes.
6 successes.
Okay.
He pushes you away and goes for his holster and says, "Back away. Step out of the lift." And goes to push the button open.
She just, from right up close, just shoves a mana bolt into his face.
Make that roll.
And I'm going to spend an edge for a reroll.
Okay. What is the resistance roll?
Let me pull that sheet up. I have all my cheat sheets. I believe, oh crap, that's the wrong one. Sorry, I've got like 5 documents open here trying to keep track of all this stuff. Manable. I think it's resistance is willpower plus intuition. Wait, no, it's indirect combat. Direct combat is willpower plus intuition. So that's 5 hits.
I rolled 4. So the damage will be 1 plus your magic or magic halved, I think.
Let's see. That's hits becomes damage. Yeah. So it's just that hits is damage. So he'll take 5 physical.
No, your net hits are 1.
Oh, my net hit is 1. Okay. I don't know where it says plus magic.
Check real quick. I think it is set in the damage of your spells. That spells. Damage from direct combat spells is unresisted, so he takes it straight up. And yeah, it's just the magic is just used for the roll. Unless you amp it up, then that's just 1 point of damage that he will take.
Yeah, so she's just gonna, she's not gonna amp it up.
Okay. He takes that point of damage, hits the back of the lift, and the first thing he does is
She's out of the lift because the door opened up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she just pops right off the lift to the
he
side.
calls for backup, and the alarms ring.
She's like, oops.
I'm gonna make a roll for bit part to see if he can squelch the alarm before it goes. It's gonna be a difficult roll for him. Fortunately, he has a fair amount of dice. Okay, 5. Now I'm gonna roll for the security system.
And resisted that stun damage. Yeah.
The first beep of the alarm doesn't even make it to the speakers because Bitpart has already canceled it and blocked out the communication between the guards.
Pincer, you're up.
Okay. KGB, well, what is you wish to do? Let's go back into the Matrix.
I'm gonna do the cleaner complex form to try and get rid of some of the Overwatch score.
Okay. Let's summon that complex form.
Let me just get the numbers. 9.
Okay, so. Make an electronics and resonance.
Yeah, got it.
Or
So we're now down to 5.
How much did you roll?
4.
4. So, yep. It was 9, it's down to 5. How does this complex form manifest? What does it look like?
Hmm.
Pair of disembodied hands, wax on, wax off.
Yeah, I honestly hadn't thought about it.
You manifest this complex form and lower the Overwatch score. Now I need you to roll for the fade.
Yeah, this is something we haven't done before.
Yep, this is willpower and logic.
Okay. So
Fortunately, this is not something
Hold
that
on
you
one
need to
second.
sustain. This is an instantaneous complex
Okay,
form and it
and a
fades.
reroll. Oh, just 2.
2, which is exactly the number you needed for the fade. You do not take any damage.
Okay.
So with that, you lower your Overwatch score. We go back real quick to the real world, to meat space. And as the guard is seeing that they cannot communicate, they get out of the lift in pursuit, and they are intercepted by Pincer, who Nico, you and both Grifter see that he begins to run out of the office, take the turn towards the lift, and the hydraulics in his cybernetics kick in, and it begins to pick up speed and just tackle the guard and ram him into the wall. There is a sickening crack, and the guard drops like a rag doll.
Nico just looks up and goes, "Thank you."
He doesn't respond, just gives you another very similar dead stare.
She just goes,
Miranda looks to you, says, I am not impressed so far. Hopefully your technomancer is better than your shaman.
I was caught by surprise. I was caught off guard. Never mind.
Go back in.
Where's,
KTP.
where's Karis at the moment?
Karis is standing by your side,
Right.
keeping an eye out on your new companions.
Okay.
And
Right.
for those who can see him, he is clearly uncomfortable with the amount of death going on around him. Oh, KTP.
Let's do a perception check and just see what we can see.
Are you doing a normal perception check or a hash check to see if you can penetrate the layers of this host and try to find what you're looking for?
Yeah, let's do a hash check.
Okay.
And a reroll,
Mhm.
4 again.
You're doing a straight up difficulty. How much did you roll?
4.
I'm going to ask you, do you wish to take your reroll? This is why I'm asking. The hash check, if you already know kind of what you're looking for. Actually, no, you kind of know what you're looking for. You have a firm idea of it. So in this case, the threshold success for you is 1. Normally, if you don't know precisely what you're looking for, it would be 4.
Right.
Meeting the success means you have 32 possible results. And every success after that halves that amount further. You have 3 successes over it, which means you go from 32 to 16 to 8 and down to 4. You know there are 4 possible places in this dockyard where this password may be located. There is a security shack where there is a kind of lazy black eyed seat drinking a virtual coffee. There is a shipping container that is completely grayed out. Like all of them are vibrant colors, looking like proper shipping containers. This one looks like it's kind of deactivated. Another one is on the person of one of the security guards walking around. And the last one is in the administrative office.
Right.
Also, I need to. How much you rolled 4 successes? Because
Yeah.
this is a super duper illegal action. Those 4 hits go straight into your Overwatch score. You're back up to 9. Okay. What will KTP do?
Well, the password's likely to be in like the worst possible place. So it's either going to be on the guard or it's going to be in the admin office, which is probably going to be even more protected. So,
This is the part where I'm going to be a nice GM and throw you a bone. As a technomancer, you can conjure sprites and compile them and request favors from them and send them off to do things for you. Depending on how much you roll, the more formidable they are.
I haven't got anything sprites down, so I've got no idea what I'm doing in that respect.
I can guide you on it. We can do it for the first time now.
Looks like that's what we're doing then.
Registering a sprite. So compiling a sprite. Compiling a sprite is pulling it out of the resonance and giving it form. You need to select basically like the level and type of sprite. You decide the level on it, like 1, 2, 3. The higher the level, the higher the roll you need to make. So there's a courier sprite, which is for delivering messages. A crack sprite, which is for staying under the radar and being silent. Data sprites are mastered at finding and manipulating data. Fault sprite are for more combat. And machine sprites for interacting with the physical world. And let's see what they can do. For example, the data sprite. I think for what you need, you could use the crack sprite. They have electronics and cracking that could work for what you need, and they have a power called Phantom. They can conceal personas or devices, but more importantly, they have a power called Suppression, which means that if the intrusion countermeasures become active, they can delay their activation. So is this something you wish to use?
I don't really see that we've got any choice.
They're just helpers, basically. Little fairies you conjure for help. Again, this is optional if you don't wish to use it until you've had a chance to properly read on it. That's fine. And we can go as normal, KTP trying to break in on their own. The sprite would just more or less allow you to multitask.
Yeah, well, we've got 4 locations and I'm just guessing at 2 and it could be any of them. So either we get a sprite or this is going to be one long drawn out hunt for a password.
I mean, I know where it is, but again, you could make another hash check. It will increase your Overwatch score, but you could lower the number of results. You could possibly bring it down to know exactly where the password is.
So, like, out of character, how many times can you do the same role? Like, say if I just want to keep, I'm not saying that I'm going to do it, but just if I just wanted to keep doing hash checks until I got it down to 1, is that?
Yeah, you can keep going. You can keep going.
Okay.
The problem is the hash check is, again, super
Illegal.
duper illegal. So
Yeah.
your successes go straight into the Overwatch score.
Yeah.
So if,
Okay.
the answer to your question is until you hit 30 Overwatch score.
But is that the case for any role? Like just
Yeah, for anything in
Yeah.
the Matrix that since you have illegal access.
Yeah.
Every role you make that is illegal, either your successes or those of the system
yeah.
go
But
against the Overwatch score.
I meant more like any of the Matrix actions. I can just do them as many times as
Yeah, of course.
right. Okay.
You're a technomancer. This is your
Yeah,
playground.
no, I didn't know if it was kind of like you do it once and then no, you've got to try something else.
Fine.
No, okay. Oh, in that case, then let's do another
Go for
hash
it.
check.
Please roll very high.
11 again, yeah.
At this point, you just
11.
really just
That's
need.
11.
How many dice do you have?
11.
11. So one rule in Shadowrun is that for every 4 dice, you can forgo rolling and just automatically claim I have 1 hit. Right now, you basically need 2 hits to get down to 1 result. With 11 dice, you have more than 8, so you could automatically succeed at a 2-hit roll and not roll and risk getting
Okay.
more into that Overwatch score.
And then that would be 2 on the Overwatch score. Is that right?
Instead of potentially a whole lot more.
Okay, let's do that then.
So then your Overwatch score goes up to 11, but you know it's most definitely on that coffee drinking security guard.
And just to check, am I right in thinking that the Overwatch scores 30?
30.
that
30
right? Yeah.
is when bad things happen.
Yeah, like bad stuff's not happening already. Okay.
An Overwatch
Worst
score of
things
30
happen.
means the grid or Overwatch task force comes to this place and they know exactly where you are
Yeah.
on the planet.
Okay.
Okay. It's in that security shack where the lazy guard is drinking.
Okay.
It's a black IC, but it's currently inactive.
Right. Okay. So, how far away am I from it?
Distance is sort of irrelevant in
Okay.
this place. At least in this moment, we're not actively in combat or anything,
Alright.
so you could just get there. There are no patrols nearby, so you could just approach the shack.
All right.
Question I have for you is, do you wish to just try to obtain this piece of data, or do you wish to be perhaps more silent, try to hide and avoid waking up this sleeping guard?
Yeah. Seems silly to do anything daft at the moment. So what I'm going to do is do another cleaner.
Okay.
Which is 9 a.m. Right, that's 2. So sorry, what was the attributes for to resist? Sorry.
Willpower and logic.
Thank you.
The difficulty is 2.
12. It's a 1.
1. Okay, how much is your residence?
3.
3. Okay, you take 1 point of stun damage.
Stun. Okay.
If
Right.
if after you roll the result the value you are left is higher than your resonance, the damage is physical. If not, it's stun.
Okay.
Okay. How much do you lower your what score now?
Overwatch is 9.
Okay, oh, you lowered it by 2?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Your Overwatch score down. Once again, wax on, wax off. Some of that Overwatch score is gone.
Okay.
What is your approach now? The guard is leaning back on a chair, dozing off. If it occasionally kind of snaps up, drinks what you can only imagine is a very cold digital coffee, and then dozes off once more.
So if I do a hide, I'm assuming that I can still kind of do other actions while I'm hidden.
Yeah, the hide will just protect you.
Yeah.
From them detecting you.
So let's do that then.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you were doing so good on the rolls earlier. They're rubbish
I'm
now.
sorry.
2.
So before I can roll anything, what we're gonna do is how much do you roll?
2.
2. I'm going to ask, do you wish to use your reroll?
What do you think, Kat?
This seems like a pretty important role.
I'm gonna give you a piece of information. If you are detected, meaning of one performing your next action, I roll and see through your hide. You will be immediately locked down, and you'll be in a fight.
So I'm not going to use a reroll, but I will spend 4 edge to do the...
You need to tell me that before you roll.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Reroll?
Yeah.
That's a hit. So
You've used that reroll. Are you doing anything with your edge or just rolling?
Yeah. No, that's it.
Okay. Time to
You
roll.
roll the whole thing.
Yeah, that's it. We've got 3 hits. We used the reroll and got 3 hits.
Now, your next step, you know that it's just past the guard. Again, in terms of the matrix, whenever you try to access something, there is a folder on his desk with like daily rotation and daily passwords. That's where the information is.
Just to check, because I got 3 hits, the Overwatch score goes up by 3, right?
In this case, not yet.
Okay, right.
This is not an illegal action, as far as I know. Let me just check just in case. It is illegal, but I'm not counting it.
Okay.
Because I'm going to be counting it when I roll. In most cases, hash check because it's, you're straight up pulling things from the depths of the matrix. In this case, it's going to be added to a watch score when I roll for your detection. Right now, no one is looking for you. So the way I'm handling it is when you go to crack the file, which is your next action, I will first roll this. If I don't detect you, you will succeed without any issue.
Okay.
If I detect you, then we will go into me rolling to see if the host will prevent you from getting the file, and you will be in a run situation. Okay. So please roll for cracking your file.
Can I do some other stuff first?
You can do so anything you want.
So first I want to do a perception check, because I'm being really careful. I want to just check that there's no, but I'm sure, is there a potential for a data bomb on this file?
That's a very good check. Make that roll.
Right. So that.
They're reroll on that one.
No, not that
So
one.
5.
Oh, 5 hits?
5 hits.
There is indeed a data bomb on this file. you're gonna need to disarm the data bomb.
Okay.
Fortunately, this is legal, so this will not increase the Overwatch score, but I still will roll to see if you are detected by the host.
If you want an edge, I will donate on any of these rolls.
I think we're all right for the moment, but thank you.
I'm gonna roll straight away to see if you are seen by the host.
So am I rolling the disarm at the moment, or are
Yep.
you? Yeah. Okay. Wait.
Oh.
So do that. No, reroll. Four.
Or you manifest, your like bomb disposal kit and disarm it on the folder, but you are now visible.
Right.
The guard is looking at you, but you've just now done a legal action. He's not making a move. If the host now, if you try to crack the file and fail, you will trigger an alarm.
Okay. The 4 hits I just got, does that go onto the Overwatch score?
No, because this is a legal action.
Okay.
Disarming a data bomb is not illegal, so no Overwatch score for you.
All right. So let me just check what I've got for the crack file. Hold on.
Hold on. He's
So,
putting the dice down.
Hold on. I'm going to spend some edge.
Which complex forms do you have?
I've got, hold on, the cleaner, the editor.
You can use editor instead of this action, because you can edit take the edit file action on a file, even if you do not have the proper access level.
Okay.
So you can use the complex form instead of risking the illegal action.
So it just does it, and I just need to resist the fade.
Actually, no. In this case, in this case, you already have the admin access because you broke in with your probe. So in this case, the editor wouldn't work. It's more in case you have user access and want to get something that is admin protected. So sorry, editor won't work for you. So you need to crack this file.
So I'll spend 4 edge and do the reroll thing.
What 6s?
Yeah, that thing. And that. So can someone just remind me how the reroll thing works? Sorry, it's been a while since we've had combat.
Sorry, what? Yeah, sorry, what?
The exploding 6s thing, matrix.
So you spend 4 edge.
Yeah.
You add your edge score to your pool. And
is that base edge?
Yeah, your base edge.
Base edge.
The attribute edge.
Yeah.
Not the points. And then every 6 that you roll explodes.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm just minusing my edge so I don't forget how much I've spent. Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, off you go. That's not great.
So that was 4 hits. 2 of them were 6s, 2 were 5s. I'm going to roll the 6s again. Nothing.
2 hits.
4 hits.
4 hits.
Okay, 4 hits.
Out of the biggest pile of dice you've ever seen in your life.
Hey, I have been there. Okay, so now I will roll for the host. Again, 16 dice.
Yeah, that was rubbish. Jeez, how did I?
Sorry.
Actually, that's not right.
How much is your Overwatch score at the moment?
It is 9.
It goes up to 17.
Oh.
the server has rejected your attempt, the Black IC pulls a gun on you. I need you to roll.
Okay.
I need you to roll initiative.
Hang
Your
on.
initiative in the Matrix is 4d6.
There you go then.
4d6, yeah.
Add those values up. Plus your initiative value. Yep.
19.
19.
Roll for the Black IC. Well, for the host, really. That is a 15. So you go first. With the amount of initiative dice you have, for each extra initiative dice beyond the first, you get an additional minor action. And you can
Okay.
convert 4 minor actions into a major action. Normally on your turn, you have a major action and a minor. So in total, you right now have 1 major and 4 minor. So you can
Right.
convert it into 2 major actions in case you want to use 1 action of those to try to crack the file again, and then reserve other actions to either try to use the minor ones to try to run away or try to forcibly jack out of this server.
Oh dear. All right.
So, time for that crack file again.
All right.
11, yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
reroll.
And a reroll.
Three.
Okay. What's going on? Where are the epic KTP rolls?
I have internet.
I'm gonna
It's not
ask:
happening at all.
do people have edge to give?
I can do.
I do. I have edge to give. If you want it, it's there.
I'm going to allow you to re-roll this with the full thing if you have the edge to roll the big dice pool. I'm going to allow it because you are heading into a potentially lethal situation.
All right. Okay. So
What do you want?
I want you still be KTP kissing the pixel and not PUD pushing up daisies.
right. So I'm gonna spend the rest of my edge. I have no more edge after this. Okay. For the big dice pool.
What's the 60 thing?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So that's
Do you want an extra edge? Do you need one?
hang on, let me just check something.
Okay.
No. Oh. Hold on. Let me just do some calculations. Sorry.
Okay.
If I do that.
I've still got plenty of I still got plenty of bourbon in my bottle, so just keep going.
Oh dear God. We haven't had this much stress for a while.
And so far, all your matrix interactions have been chill.
Right. No, right. We're gonna do the let's go for the
Outside of meat
room.
space, the lift opens and the other 2 guards storm out. I need you 2 to roll initiative too. In your case, it's just 1d6 plus your initiative value. I'm gonna roll for Pincer. Actually,
me
I
as
need
well,
to
yeah.
roll more for Pincer.
Me as well, Kev, or
That's
Yep.
an 11
What's
for
this
Nico.
And for Nico, I'm gonna roll for Miranda. The other
how many
two,
D6?
both
4,
of-
did you say?
1d6 and add your
Okay.
initiative value.
4, and initiative is...
so you've got 16.
So I got 16.
Okay. So 11 from you, 16 from you, 27 for Pincer, and 20 for Miranda. They have
But
implanted
the cleric always goes
because
last.
they have implanted reflex boosters. They have more initiative dice.
Cleric always goes last.
No, the ones that go last are the other two bozos. The other two bozos had 7 and 8. Okay, I'm gonna roll for the guards. The guards have 12 and 12, so they'll go together. Pincer is going to ram onto one of them. I'm doing this while KTB rolls the big pool.
Bear with me. I'm getting rid of them.
That's 5 for that. I'm going to roll for the guard's defense. That's a piss poor defense. Ugh. Okay, poor dude. He takes a wrestling spear and gets slammed into a wall. The guard now, with his 4 body, needs to resist 9 physical. He manages to soak up 1. And the guard has taken 8 physical. He's kind of stunned, still standing. These are good corporate security. Next up is Miranda, and on deck is Grifter for the next action. Miranda is going to use most of her minor actions to move and make a single swipe on the guy who's left. Go for the guard.
Are these the only remaining guards from downstairs, or are there others?
Yeah, those are 2 guards from downstairs. Okay, this guard is taking 5 physical. So I'm gonna roll his body. Holy shit. He soaks up 4. He managed to kind of dodge the blade and has his gun raised almost point blank on Miranda. Grifter, it's you. Let me know what you want to do. And while you roll, KTP, what is it that you wish to do?
Oh, I rolled. So we did you're waiting for a score, right?
Yeah.
5.
5. Okay, I'm going to roll for the system. That's a fair amount of 1s in there. Three hits. Sadly, it wasn't a glitch, but I was very close because out of 16 dice, I rolled 6 ones.
Yeah.
So with this, Overwatch score goes up to 20, but you have the file and you know the password.
Okay.
The password is a mix of letters and numbers, but more or less, you replace some letters for numbers, but the password is Shangri-La.
Okay. All
What
right.
is your next action? Bug out?
Yeah.
You have to do a forcible ejection, so you're gonna have to resist dump shock.
Hold on 1 second. Checking something.
Unless you want to fight your way out.
Can I do a erase signature thing first?
Okay, I'm just gonna tell you, if you do that, that is your other major action, and next comes the Black IC and will attack.
All right.
I mean, you can take the hit if you want, and then next turn get out. Choices.
Yeah.
KTP going to take a hit.
So if I do the signature, I'm going to take a hit from the,
The IC, yeah, and you're gonna take feedback damage, potentially.
and then yeah, and then if I jack out, I'm going to take damage as well.
I mean, KTPs do some damage.
Okay. Oh, fuck it. Let's do it then. Yeah, go on.
Okay,
Let's
do
look
your
dangerous.
erase major signature. I'm gonna put the difficulty of this at 3
All right.
because you've been doing a whole lot of resident stuff.
11, yeah.
No, oh, hold on. Hold on. Which way is it? Yeah, just 11.
Just 11.
Yeah.
Oh dear. You got 5 there. Couldn't have had the 5 earlier when
I know.
and then what's it, 12 to jag out.
Yeah, but that's on the next turn.
Yeah.
It's not now.
Okay. So, what is the result?
A
5.
5. You erase your presence. It's time for you. It's time for the attack that you're going to be taking. Okay, so I need you to defend of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be intuition and firewall. In your case, intuition and willpower against
Okay.
my attack, which again is going to be the host times 2.
And willpower.
Yeah. Where's that in
Up
there?
it.
So it's
12.
and a reroll.
Four, a little bit better.
Okay.
And then it's the same again for the jacking out. Right.
But I've got to wait to do that for a minute.
Yeah. But it's not a reroll.
And then we go, yeah.
Like, so like that I have to.
Ooh, wonderful. Okay. So they have a net hit on you. They rolled 5 hits.
Okay.
That plus half the rating of the host, just 4. I need you to roll your body to resist 5 physical damage.
Body is. Oh, right.
This is not going to be good. 1.
1, you take 4 physical damage. And this is not emotional damage. This is real physical damage.
Yep.
Right, so you lose a die, right?
And then the jack out, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, for those of you in meat space,
Well,
KTB, who was sitting, suddenly spits out blood. Pops out a fair chunk of blood, and is looking in pain. So now I just need to do that jack out roll.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And then I'll need you to resist that dump shock.
there a reroll it was, wasn't there?
Mm-hmm. 3.
3. The magic 3.
For transfer data processing or attack data processing. Okay, for This is the same thing. You're getting blocked from exiting. I am going to offer you an alternative. As a technomancer, you're technically a device. You are yourself a device. You can reboot yourself, so to speak. And that will sever the connection. But moment. I am going to say that you will take double the dump shock. Because otherwise, you have just spent your action to try to jack out, have not succeeded. You will need to attempt, you will have a chance to attempt again, but if you fail, you're in for another round of combat.
Yeah, and I've only got another 6 physical hit points, and I'm out.
Nico does have heal.
True. So, you take my gamble.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, then I need you to roll your body to resist 6 physical damage.
The cat is in the dice face. This
You-
is not
you wanna
particularly
roll
good
the
right now.
Hey, that's a good thing. That's a blessing.
Oh, I've just been I've just
Lady
been handed
Zelda,
the
Lady
Zelda
Zelda is blessing your
The
dice.
Zelda dice comes
The
out.
Zelda dice is being used, which is a 6. So the Zelda dice works. So I've got 2 hits.
2 hits, you take another 4 physical damage. But you, for a moment, you go lightheaded, but open your eyes and you're out of matrix, but you are very hurt. Your nose is bleeding. And you actually feel like there's some damage that has been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, to make it nice, you have a splitting migraine.
What is KTP's essence?
Sorry, what was that? Kat?
6. KP
KP
has no
has
implants.
No.
Okay.
So, with that, we come into combat again. Grifter.
Right, so assuming I know that they're the 2 guards from downstairs.
Yeah,
I'm
because
not
you've seen
gonna-
them before.
Yeah, so I'm gonna assume there are no more guards in the building, so I'm not too worried about noise. So where I up, blah blah blah. So there's one left standing, correct?
Yep.
So I will shoot at him, as I'm not
Give me
big
a
and
second
strong
to
enough to
check
pick him
something.
up and throw him against the wall. Could you put my thing,
Yeah. Which one do you need?
my gun thing? Oh. I guess. Yeah. Well,
What you want? Well,
I'm not sure. Been ages since I shot a gun.
You don't want to check us. There are new rules that were released with the compendium that I think one of you would be very good for you. Just need to really look it up real quick. There is it's a rule basically on dual wielding guns.
Yes, I have the. Well, there's new rules for it, or
Yeah, there's new rules for it. There we go. Here we are. The rules are. Dual wielding. There we go. Okay, you have one primary weapon and one secondary weapon.
Yeah, so one is the handgun and one is the rifle. That's what I brought with me.
Okay, so one weapon you designate as a primary, and the other weapon contributes +1 to the attack rating total. And what is the damage of the gun?
The handgun is 4p.
4. Then in this case, it would contribute another one more point of damage value.
Right. Okay.
You make a single roll, and it's assumed that you are firing with both.
Right. Okay. I'm struggling with a cat.
Monitor.
So. Right. So I want. What range are we at, Kev?
Let's call it medium. Actually, no, it's close. You're close.
Close. Okay. So 12, 1, and 3.
And on deck is gonna be Cat. So.
And it's what is it? Agility and firearms. Is that right?
Yes, it is. That is correct. I'm gonna roll for him his dodge. He rolled 4 hits on that dodge. So that is what you're trying to meet or beat.
Yeah.
That's a really good roll.
I got 9 hits.
Holy shit!
Someone's been spending all that karma that they were saving up.
Oh, fuck. Okay,
Yeah.
I rolled 4. That means you have 5 hits over. What is the damage value of the rifle?
Rifle was 5 and the handgun was 4.
Yeah, but because you're dual wielding, the gun is just contributing 1 extra.
1. Yeah.
So that's 5. That's 6 plus 5. He has to resist 11 physical damage with his body. I'm going to roll it. He resisted 3.
Oh, well done.
Still took 8 on it. Still standing.
Still standing. Damn it.
Still standing, but severely injured. While Miranda just dashes forward, just try to stab the guy, and he dodges forward and tries to basically bring the gun point blank on her. You open fire and just hit him on the side. He is bleeding. He is injured. It is time for Cat.
Nico will use a minor
Nico.
action Nico will use a minor action to move to KTP, and she's gonna put her hands on her face and go, "You don't get to die today," and rolling heal. Oh, yes. That is 6 hits. So you heal 6 boxes of physical damage.
Awesome.
6 boxes.
Awesome. So that.
The rest of the damage, though, needs to be healed naturally.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I've got the quick healer thing, same as
Which
Nico.
will help you once
So-
you're able to rest.
That's good. We're only down to 2 hits now, so we're all right. We're good.
See, no
Good.
penalty there. So yay.
That's good.
That was the hope. All right. Yeah, that's what Nico does. She's now kneeling next to KTP and kind of covering her as best as she can along with Kara's.
Okay. With that, it is time for Bitpart. And Bitpart is just going to fire off a data spike on the guard to brick his gun. This poor roll. That is a horrible roll. Only deals 2 points of damage to the weapon. Not enough to break it, meaning disable it or destroy it through matrix damage, because all of these guns are Wi-Fi enabled to give the user bonuses on attacking. Not enough. And about face, as the name implies, he is a face. He's a talky guy. He's not about this life. He's stepping to the side. Meaning it's the time for the guards. The one that is pinned by Pincer, puts the gun to Pincer's head and starts firing. Pincer is not moving because, slam the guy head first into a wall. But fine, that is 7 physical that Pincer is going to take. Pincer is heavily augmented with bone lacing and everything, so he's more or less bulletproof as well. And he is going to roll his 6 body to resist 7 damage. Well, Pincer has just taken 6 physical.
Ooh.
From this point blank shot that he tried to shoot him in the head. Pincer moved and hit him just in the clavicle.
How bad does Pincer look?
Difficult to say. He's grunting and there is blood is coming out, and you didn't see an exit wound.
Okay. Does he look like Nico's seeing Grifter close to death and Sphere close to death. Does Pincer look that way or no?
No.
Okay.
That is Pincer's. That is that guard's turn. The next one is going to fire on Miranda. Not a good roll. That's not a good roll. Miranda will dodge and nimbly dodges out of the way. Going back to the beginning of the round, we're going to remove some of your initiative because you are in meat space, but you're still in AR, so you still so you roll your. I'm going to have you roll your initiative again, KTB. In this case, just 1 die, just to see where you join in on this turn if you wish to do something.
So it was the die, score, and what? Initiative.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm trying to think ahead. Yeah. No, that one. Sorry.
10.
And so you will be acting right after Nico. It is Pincer's turn. Pincer's just going to punch the guard. Ah, that's a horrible roll. Guard is going to try to avoid this punch. I'm going to roll his body. There's a sound of a crack and then a splat as this heavily augmented individual punches this guard in the head so hard that it pops like a melon.
It can happen.
Guard
Wow,
is
KTP did that with her mind once. That's cool.
Full on scanners. This guard is down, and it's a gruesome sight of seeing someone being punched so hard that their head explodes. It is Miranda's turn, and she will attack this other guard. He avoids, and the Miranda glitches and falls to the ground.
Oh, okay.
She moves to lunge. He avoids and trips her, and she's down. Which means this next shot from this guard will be delightful. if he has a chance. Grifter, you are up.
Okay, well, I will continue the shooting of this guard. I think.
Okay, go for it.
Can I just
He
borrow
is very much injured. He has a penalty on dice. But even so, Miranda's roll was what scientifically is known as piss poor.
That was disappointing. That's only 7 hits.
That is 0 hits on the defense, which means you are adding a total of 13 physical damage. There is
He's gotta be
no
down.
amount I can roll with this guard for him to soak that damage. So I'm going to let you describe for us how you send him to meet, to have an appointment with the Grim Reaper.
Well, as Miranda goes down, she's tripped. Obviously, he'll turn to be looking at her, to be shooting while she's on the floor. So this is all happening quickly. So I was still moving towards him when I took my first shot. So I'm closer this time. So I'll just kick him in the side, push him away. Gun goes up in the air, and I just open fire into his chest. Boom.
Guard falls down, sprawled, bleeding out, and dead. Your companions, some are hurt, and some are not.
Who looks worse off, Pincer or Miranda?
Pincer.
Pincer?
Miranda
What's his
has
essence?
barely been hasn't been hit actually.
What's Pincer's essence?
No.
2.
Okay, so 5 minus 2, so threshold is 3. Time to heal Pincer.
I'm just gonna tell you, Sphere would be disappointed of you healing the person who threw them across into a building.
Yeah, but we kind of need him, and I don't know. Nico has a thing
For heavily augmented individuals.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, so that's 6 minus 3, so it's only going to be 3. But at least that'll take off 3 of his off of his thing.
You see, actually, as the flesh begins to regenerate, it kind of pushes the bullet out and just grabs it and puts it in your hand and says, "Souvenir."
She taps him on the cheek. She goes, "Come on, big boy. We've still got work to do."
Still bleeding, but now it's more of a shallow wound.
Yeah.
You have acquired the password. You have acquired some damage. KTP has some Matrix battle scars. Now it's just a matter of inputting the password and heading down.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Pincer's augmentations.
Yeah.
Could I potentially use my skin link on them?
Unlikely.
Okay.
Because these are direct neural interface things.
All right.
His brain would override anything you try to do.
All right. Okay. Ignore that then.
An external device, it's more possible. He has from arms and legs to cybernetic spine, reflex boosters. There's more machine than him. And it's all
explains it. He reminds her of Hardtech.
I mean, I'm surprised none of you decided to call Hardtech for this job.
I'm going to be honest. I just thought about Hardtech.
No.
I thought about it earlier. I honestly did when we were planning this. I was like, no, nope, not going to bring Harley into this yet.
We might need him later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but Pincer is carrying a gun, right?
You don't see a gun on Pincer.
What was that? Sorry.
You don't see a gun on him. Pincer is more of a hands-on kind of guy.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
You know, a throw a car into a building kind of person.
Fair enough.
Yeah, biceps like a tree trunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nico swoons.
So
She loves a bad boy, doesn't she?
definitely has a type. So
Hold on,
with
hang on. Out of character, I have a question for character.
okay,
If Nico loves a bad boy, why Lawrence? Lawrence is good.
I mean,
Because Lawrence
you've
is
seen
good.
the past. Lawrence has
Yeah, but
done
we
some
wouldn't have
shit.
known that because Lawrence was a nurse and he was no.
Yeah, and that Lawrence was like one of the first people who was ever nice.
Oh, okay.
You know how some people see a broken bad guy and go, "I can fix him." Nico sees Lawrence and says, "I can corrupt him."
That's a lot of crap. He just Lawrence brings out. It's never mind.
We don't need to know what Lawrence brings
Yeah.
out. Let's just leave it, right? We can.
It just let's just say
Yeah,
that,
that's a conversation for another time.
yeah.
So with
This
the
is going back to the
password,
hand jobs, isn't it?
yeah, that's the hand.
I
Yes, the
didn't
hand
say
job.
it. I didn't do that.
We need. Oh dear Lord, we need a clip of that. So with the password in
I'll never
hand,
tell.
and everyone gathered together, you input the password, and that lift goes down into the depths and into the Ash Technology laboratories. And in 2 weeks, we'll see how that goes. But
Sorry, again, a question,
yeah,
right? No, because Sphere has kind of gone, no, I don't want any involvement, right?
Yeah.
So Sphere, if Di is able to join us in 2 weeks, Sphere will be off doing their own thing.
yes, though I have my ways of bringing Sphere in.
Oh, dear.
Oh,
Poor
dear,
guy.
a nice reunion between Sphere and Pincer. That's going to go well.
That's going to go down like a.
That's something to watch. That's a reason to come back and watch and join us for
Yeah, let's
for the
watch.
next episode of Up in Smoke. But yeah, that's gonna be it for us for tonight. I'm gonna give everyone 10 karma. This has been an amazing session, and we finally got KTP into a proper Matrix combat. Not that she did any of the combating, more took a punch.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Well, at some point we'll have her blasting ICs left and right. We'll get there. But before we go anywhere else, we'll just go around the room and we can tell you who they are, who they were playing, and where you can find them in dark corners of the internet, except Pete, who's nowhere. He's an international man of mystery. So let's go with Kim.
So I'm Kim. I played KTP, who's finally taken some physical damage, but not too much, thanks to Nico. Thank God. And yeah, you can kind of we dabble online at later levels. We're kind of dipping our toes back in the
Gearing up.
water. Yeah, we're around. Come say hi.
I'm Pete, play Grifter, and as Kevin said, mystery.
Kat.
Well, I mean, Pete's our Deus Ex, so. I'm Kat. I'm a cleric of court, playing Nico, the street shaman who has a thing for bad boys and reformed
And
bad
nurses.
boys.
Nurses.
And reformed bad boys. Except her ex, who, and if KTP can be probing back doors, I mean, there's no reason why Nico can't be swooning over biceps like tree trunks. So
This game is
Yeah.
going places, folks.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
So on my end, if you wish to, be up to date with anything we're doing, drop us a follow or, subscribe. All subscriptions help us do more fun stuff on the channel. There are plans and plots and schemes that require a fair amount more for subs for them to happen. But if you want to know anything or, anything that's going on, either follow me at The Lawful Geek or at Lawful Good Media. And I'll see you this Sunday for another episode of our new season of our D&D campaign, Ether Seed Cycle of Stars. There is a murder afoot, and I've surprised one of the players by telling them, hey, your mom's ghost is following you everywhere. Because it's what I do. And that's going to be it for us for tonight. Thank you all for watching. We hope you had a good time, and we will see you next time. Bye.